Hey everybody, it's Gail with Gail's Bookish Things. I am going to do my ink of the week. I think we are on, yeah, this was week 16 this past week, which started July 4th. I was focusing on using my Bennu Briolette. This is the Luminous Amber, in case you're wondering, and I have mentioned before, but in case you're not familiar and just now watching, this will glow in the dark. So this white part glows an amber color. So I guess that's why it's called Luminous Amber. I used the Vinta Laguna ink in this pen this week, and it was super nice. Every time I picked this up to write, I was not dreading it. It was a wonderful writing experience the whole time. I could have probably used this solely all week long and not been disappointed at all or gotten tired of it. And I'm still not. I don't know how much ink I have left in there. Let's take a quick peek. Because sometimes I'll start to get to be like, oh yeah, there's quite a bit in there still. And I think I will finish it out. Sometimes I don't like an ink or I get tired of it. This one has just been so nice, and the nib on this pen is a very pleasant nib. There's like a little bit of feedback, I would call it, but doesn't seem scratchy, and it just flows so well. This is a really wet ink, I think, this Vinta Laguna. Yeah, Vinta Laguna. So I highly recommend it if you like a wet ink, and if you like an ink that's this color, which goes on, almost makes me think of like a deep blood, maybe what might be called ox blood and other elements, like the Fjallraven bag that's the dark red. Kind of reminds me of that. Dries a little bit deeper and darker. There's not a lot of shading, if any, or if there is, it's hard to distinguish because it's a dark ink, but the writing is so nice. I'm super happy with this ink, and so I like it and I would buy it. So I already bought the pen and I already bought the ink, but if I had to do it again, I would say yes to the pen, and I would say yes to buying this ink again. I didn't really have any comments. I guess my first impressions is where I wrote everything, but I tried it on my regular papers, Tomoe River paper and the Cosmo Air Light. Loved it on those. It was good on the Stalogy. It was good on the Amazon paper. It was good on Rhodia. I felt like that the Stalogy, no, the Amazon paper and the Rhodia, just a little bit drier, like it soaked that up quicker. But it was still pleasant, and I felt like the ink still went down in a wet matter, like you could see it kind of seeping into the paper. Slightly dry, and then the Splendor Gel, same with that, a little bit drier, but still very pleasant writing experiences. So had that been my first time to write with a fountain pen, I would be like, oh, this is nice. Sometimes you do that. You know, you write with a pen and you're like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm glad this wasn't my first fountain pen experience. I probably wouldn't have gone back to it, but this was very favorable, and I will continue to use this ink and this pen, and when I've used this up and I clean it up, I will go back to that combination because it was so very pleasant to write with. So yes, that is a great ink. Definitely would do it again. And if you want, should I or shouldn't I would say, yeah, it's a good ink. So that's all I have to say about that. Hope that's helpful, and hope you've enjoyed the ink of the week segments. I will probably come back just a little bit later with my next one. I was debating on whether or not to do continue on with this, but I just bought some ink samples from Vanness. They're not Vinta inks, they're from Vanness. And so I may go ahead and get one of those ready, and then I'll be right back and we'll talk about that. So see you in a minute. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do. I turned off the filming and was thinking about if I wanted to stop or go ahead, and I think I do want to go ahead with the ink of the weeks because I did just buy a couple samples to try. All these are from Vanness, but I have the Iroshizuku Takisumi. I thought we could swatch these and then I'll pick my ink of the week from that, but this one just kind of appealed to me. It's called, it means bamboo charcoal, and it's a dark black with some medium black sheen to it, and it says that it has a wet flow. That always appeals to me with inks, and I've had good luck with the Iroshizuku inks, so that's why I got that one. Let's see, and then I have this Robert Oster Charred Hickory. So if you go to Vanness Pens, the sample of this one looks amazing, and there was like a hickory, a flame that I was like really interested in, but they were out of that. So this was my second choice with a similar look. Let's see, I took notes here. This one is a rich red brown with dark chocolate notes. You almost want to drink it. Sounds so good. And then the Ackerman Deep Dunvater Blau. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it means deep, let's see, deep underwater blue or something like that. It's more blue, less gray, and has beautiful shading properties. And they said too that it works well with all nibs and in modern and vintage pens. So I thought that was good. And you know, all nibs, that draws my attention because I've had a little bit of trouble with my Kaweco nibs or the feed or something, but I thought maybe that ink would be good to try for that. And then the last one is this Robert Oster Shimmer. It's a Grüngilt, and it says that it's a blackened gold with a shiny gold shimmer. So I'm going to put on my little gloves here, and I'll be right back. I am actually going to use my little coffee beans to hold these, and I'm going to slow down a minute and put on gloves. I had just bought a whole new thing of these when we were redoing my husband's office so I wouldn't get paint all over my hands, and somehow I threw away the package of gloves, which really made me mad, but we had these floating around somewhere, so I don't want to get my hands all inky tonight. Sometimes I don't care, so I'm not sure, but I thought I'd swatch these, then I'll stop and load up a pen once we've decided what to use. So let's just start with the Iroshizuku Takisumi. Maybe a little bit of a shake might be in order, I don't know. I wasn't going to buy any more ink samples for a while, but I just felt like trying something new a little bit, so I went ahead and got these. I don't know why people dab that at the end, I guess to get more depth of color. So let's see how we like that one. I just do as I see sometimes with this swatching. And I thought I read these descriptions pretty thoroughly, but I probably wouldn't have bought the black if I knew it was just going to be black with medium black sheen. The name Bamboo Charcoal appealed to me though. So it might be fun to have a different kind of black. I typically use the Noodler's Heart of Darkness, and I've had great success with that, but maybe having another one might not be a bad idea, but let's see. Ooh, I like that. This is the Robert Oster Charred Hickory. Kind of reminds me of Diamine Sepia, but the color is going down much more richly than the sepia has been working for me. Got that out and I haven't been using it. I guess I don't need to do it till I fill my pen. And then this Robert Oster, let's see, this is the Grüngilt. I have Rohrer and Klinger's Gold Grün, so kind of like that green thing going on here. This looks like it's going to be amazing. Let's try it. Oh my, that shimmer. I don't know if it comes through for you, but it's a beautiful shimmer. I'm just reviewing my notes. Yeah, so it says a blackened gold with a shiny gold shimmer. Ooh. The thing about the shimmers I tend to have been shying away from is how it kind of collects in my TWSBI, the piston part, the plunger part that kind of goes up and down. Oh my, that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love it. So yeah, at this point, probably can do without that one because it's, I do have a black, but I can see a little bit of sheening going on there. That's pretty cool. But this charred hickory and this, oh my goodness, this green gilt. So it looks neat on the swatch though, right? So the big question is, how will it work in a pen? These always look awesome, and then sometimes you write with it and you're like, oh, I'm not getting any of that neat shading or sheening or shimmer effect. And that was my big thing with the, oh gosh, look at that cotton on the end there. I was about ready to fall off. With my J. Urban Rouge Hematite. Whoa, got way too much on there, but this cotton swab is about falling apart. That is cool looking though. Let me redip that with a one that's not so bizarre. Anyway, what was I saying? The J. Urban Rouge Hematite had beautiful qualities to it, but I have not had them come out in my writing. That's only with swatching that I see that. So that one was one that I have mentioned before. I probably would not rebuy because it's just a real bright red and I'm not getting the green and the gold that I thought. But this is not about that. This is about these inks and just this was the PW Ackerman. I think it means deep. You know what? They said something about it's like the dunes. I am not familiar with the Netherlands. This is made in The Hague. It means deep water blue. But they said something about it being close to the dunes there. So I show my ignorance here, but does that dune in there word mean something to do with that? I don't know, but I'm excited to try this ink. I'm not sure that I've used any Ackerman inks. And I really need to expand my ink horizons, but this one looks like a beautiful shade of blue. And in the swatching that I saw on Vanness pens, it brought out a little bit more of a shading quality. You can kind of see it there. This is more blue and less gray. Beautiful shading properties. So that could be really fun to try. This one is so ridiculously wet. Let's blot that. That's a pretty blue. But I don't know if I'll have to try it. I don't know if it's a blue that I would want to use all the time, but I liked how it looked in the swatch on Vanness. This though, oh my gosh. Wow. I'm super, I think, eager to try this one. I'm trying to get all these names straight. The Robert Oster Shake and Shimmer Grün Gilt. So let me put that in my pen and we'll get next week thing all set up, or maybe we can I'll just wrap it up here. So we'll catch up next time. Let's review here so we're all on the same page. Think of the week. This is funny trying to work with these gloves. So week 17, which I started to do, and then I thought, you know what? I don't know what ink I want to use. I'm going to try that Shake and Shimmer Grün Gilt Golden Green and probably put it in my one TWSBI that I've used shimmer inks in. So if it gets a little bit more gloppy, I won't be clogging up another pen with that. And that will be what I'll fill in for week 17. And next Sunday then let's see, that will be the 18th, right? Yeah, we will review that one. I am super excited. That just Wow, that is absolutely amazing. But that's how I felt about Rouge Hematite. So hopefully that one will be a really fun one to write with. And then this one you can start to see a little bit of the different colors coming through. That was a nice one there. But somebody did comment that they felt like it was very fountain pen friendly. But one of the comments on Vanness about this charred hickory, that it was a little bit dry. So that's something I can try out later too. That would be a pretty one in one of the Cavecos, my golden espresso. But that blue one's going to go in there eventually, so I can see if that affects the nib. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know this got a little bit rambly, so we kind of did a swatching as well as a ink of the week. But yes, the Bennu Briolette with the Vinta Laguna was a marvelous combination for me. Loved it. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Take care.